Meet Shay the sheep. Shay is balanced and risk-averse. He follows the right decisions made by his fellow white sheep, what we'd call typical herd mentality. Shay chooses his moves and grass very selectively. Meet Bo. Bo the black sheep is contrarian by nature and is proud of his ability to take huge risks. He is patient, sharp, and doesn't follow herd mentality. Instead, he tends to bet on the dark horse. Bo studies and researches companies that are unloved and out of favor, but have good long-term potential to generate higher returns. He believes that a fundamentally strong company, backed by a strong management and financials, is worth the time and investment despite temporary downturns. And if the decision is right, the stock price would skyrocket and boom, Bo is a rich sheep. Hey Bo, you do look like you know what you're doing, but does it really pay off to be a contrarian investor? I haven't come across any contrarian investing success story that would make me want to be one. Are you serious, Shay? I can give you plenty. Let me start with my favorite one. I invested in Divis Laboratories when the entire pharma sector was down due to the US FDA warning on several plants of various pharma companies. I conducted an in-depth research on the company. Once I was thoroughly convinced about its fundamental soundness, I decided the stock was worth the risk and bought some shares and held them patiently. And guess what? Within just 7 months, I got a return of more than 150%. Oh wow, that's awesome. Let me give you another example of successful contrarian investing. Bajaj Electrical's stock price was hammered down from the highs of Rs 340 in June 2014 to Rs 155 in March 2016 due to lower margins in consumer durables, an abnormal increase of on-site expenses and a challenging business environment. However, after the company resolved the issues, it started posting higher profits, which led to the stock price skyrocketing from the lows of Rs 155 in March 2016 to Rs 620 in April 2018. But are these examples enough for me to validate that being a contrarian investor surely pays off? To tell you a secret, Shay, as a contrarian investor, I have 6 golden rules that I always follow before investing in an out-of-favor stock. Number 1. As a contrarian investor, always stick to the fundamentals. Tune out the television or newspapers when analyzing investments. Television channels and newspapers create headlines that, well, do have an impact on the stock price, but they tend to haze out the long-term story and true value of a company. Number 2. Real contrarian investors do not use shortcuts. Toto the turtle does not believe in taking random tips, but does detailed research and planning before investing. He also looks at the management's long-term vision to identify potential multi-baggers. Even though he may seem slow and steady, he always manages to win the race. Rule number 3. Even if media pundits have a negative view of a stock, as a contrarian investor, you should challenge the status quo and ask yourself the most challenging questions. In such situations, focus on the bigger picture of the company's future and tune out the cacophony. Number 4. Remember, the best opportunity lies in those stocks which everybody is aware of, but nobody actually cares about. Number 5. As a contrarian investor, you should not panic, but rather take advantage of others panicking. When others are selling stocks in panic, a good contrarian investor buys them at discounted rates. Lastly, a contrarian investor should be very, very patient before his stocks actually start generating returns. The key is to believe in your research and wait for it to bear fruit, no matter how long it takes. Wow, Bo! I believe that all I really need to do is believe in myself and my research to find the true value of stocks, even if they may seem out of favor or unloved. I think I'm gonna go contrarian. All the best, Shay.